Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Jeremiah Dog. We're here at the Savage Council with Kenny Savage. Kenny Savage, what's going on, man?
Nothing, man. Just another beautiful night at the Savage Council where we go live and we go savage.
Savage, yes, sir. Yes, sir. This week is, on our podcast, we're going to do a Mother's Day podcast today.
Sweet.
So, Kenny, we all have a mother. We all have somebody who brought us into this world. You know what I mean? Someone who raised us till we were 18. Well, even now, even beyond 18. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think our mothers are so important in our life?
Well, I was raised by a pack of wolves in the wild. Nah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Mother's Day is coming up, and it is. I think we kind of often forget, like, especially like when you're. Not so much when you're young, but when you're older and you start to see different behaviors and different attitudes and of how you live and how you believe and, you know, what are your cultural norms and this and that. I don't think you realize it like when you're younger that all of those things are shaped directly by your experiences as a youth.
Definitely.
So my mother in my life has been, now that I'm older and able to reflect on it, I see a lot of qualities in myself that I can directly attribute to her.
Right.
For example, her resilience in life. Resilience, I mean by, just overcoming obstacles no matter what, always doing the best for her kids, even if she didn't have those opportunities to her, given to her. She always tried to do something to better her situation and directly better me and my brother's situation in life.
Definitely.
And so I had seen that a lot, and through the challenges and the struggles, she's definitely was one that taught through by example. She didn't really say a lot, but her actions were the teaching points. So that in turn has taught me that, seeing very young and seeing my mother struggle so hard, that you just don't give up when you are faced with the challenge.
Definitely.
So how about your mom, dog?
Oh, man. man, my mother, man. No, you know what? My mother has she's made it clear to me that she is the most important woman in my life. Not just the most important person, but the most important woman in my life. I've seen my mother go through divorces, and I see my mother go through hell and back. And, there's one thing that I know that she's definitely kept in herself. And that's not just self-confidence, but that is also her integrity.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. She's held it down, for the longest time. And she's always been that one to say, you know what? If you don't get it right this time, you're definitely gonna get it right the next time. I've seen my mother fall and get back up and fall right back again and get back up at a higher level and then fall right back again and still get back up.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, her importance to me is like, I go to her for almost everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As far as advice, even with girls and whatnot, like my future girlfriend, I want her to be not just like my mother, but I want her to be, have similarities that my mother had, a strong-minded woman, a woman with a strong will who's willing to support her man, you know what I mean? And support his dream, whatever he wants to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, from what I'm picking up from that, so you're Puerto Rican or black or what do you claim to be?
So my mother, everybody on my mother's side, from my mother and up, are from Haiti, 100% Haitian. My dad, which I get the last name Munoz from, my dad is Ecuadorian and Colombian.
Oh, okay.
The other day I was just talking to him actually about it, and he was telling me that I should probably do the 23andMe, or what's that, 99 something.
The DNA tracing to find out you could be related to some conquistadors.
Yeah, to some, the emperor or something. I don't know.
There you go.
But my dad is Ecuadorian and Colombian, so I do have the Hispanic side, and I know that's 50%, but I don't know exactly where from. Which one's greater, Ecuadorian or Colombian?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that's another thing. But
yeah, the only reason I bring that up is because that's interesting. Well, I find it interesting because I was never made to feel like, my mother never said, oh, I'm the most important woman in your world. Mm-hmm. She definitely wanted me to make the right choices when it came to women, but she always told me that you need to be a man and stand up and be a man and care for your own family someday.
Right.
So I just find that I find that interesting and kind of insightful, because my mom's 100% Thai.
Okay.
So it's like, and that culture is a little bit more submissive. Like the typical stereotype of Asian women is like they're submissive to their spouses and stuff. And that's definitely a cultural thing. Not really too familiar with Haitian, but I would imagine like a lot of the old ways, a lot of guys, as a population kind of expected that. Yeah. Not so much now that you have, but even in that submissive role, I never seen her as submissive. Like I always saw her, like you said, your mom, like having integrity, standing up for what's right, doing what's right for the children, this and that, whether it meant you had to dip out of a relationship or what. Right. Like, she wasn't that self-confidence. She wasn't lacking that either. Like, she was a very spirited woman, but at the same time, like she settled into a role where, she was kind of like, it's, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I feel like a lot of girls nowadays, they don't want to fall into that life of kind of being married, right? Like being a mother, like, being a spouse, being supportive, yeah. Because we get a lot of these ideas where it's like, oh, well, you just go focus on career, do what you want, this women's lib, femme kind of thing, which is cool. But at the same time, it's like, that kind of mentality, you're always chasing for your career, always chasing after what it is you want to chase after. Like, being a woman in a marriage doesn't really fit into that, and it's hard to, when you're not groomed to go into that role, it's hard to all of a sudden find yourself in that role, right, and then be like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, I don't know, I may have it wrong. Let me know if I got it wrong.
Now I hear what you're saying. Yeah, you definitely made a lot of great points. I know one thing that we can definitely go on in life is, because we got people live until they're 100 years old. People live until 110. You know what I mean? Lots of people who get older and older. But do you think you'd be okay without your mother? Like, do you think you can just be fine without her? God forbid she were to be gone and go to the next life. Do you feel like you'd be okay without her?
Yeah. Well, the hard reality of it is that we're all gonna die someday. Yeah. Some people have already dealt with that loss. I know last July my dad died. He was very, not that old at all. Not 70s, 80s, and so it was one of those things where I was never put in that situation where I really had to think about that, because up until then, it wasn't. It was just kind of like distant families, like extended family kind of stuff. And having been a nurse, or being a nurse, and have seen, death firsthand, it's always easier to think about it when you're removed. I mean, you feel empathy and compassion towards people, but it does get you to start thinking. So that's a tough one to wrap my head around. Definitely, because I don't like thinking about it. Yeah. But it is reality, and so whether I'm okay with it or not, I'm just gonna have to do the best that I could do. Will certainly be not a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
But at the same time, there's nothing I can do because we all eventually die.
Yeah, great. You know what? And I didn't think about it like that. We do eventually all have to leave somewhere eventually. You know what I mean? Sooner or later, we gotta end up going.
But I feel like I can feel. I have a lot of love. Where I can remember a lot of good situations, more, you know, with my mother especially, more good than bad.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and then you got to take into consideration, like, some of the stuff that I didn't like her telling me, she was just trying to train me up the right way. Mm-hmm. So that's not even a bad thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm thankful for her because she's, like, a lot of this stuff that she had said to me, like, still resonates with me and how I live my life. Mm-hmm. One thing she always told me is like, oh, well, you'll find out. You'll find out when you start to go out there in the world on your own. You'll find out how hard it is. Yeah. And then maybe you'll have some gratitude or some appreciation for what I've been able to do for you.
Wow.
And so when I think about my kids, you know, they 100% got the best that life can offer, you know, with the resources that I can provide them and their mother can provide them and everything. But they're definitely had a leg up as far as living a better childhood than I did. Mm-hmm. And I think as a parent, you always want to do a little bit better than what you had. Mm-hmm. So I always think about that when the kids are being snotty or they're being real mouthy and a lot of attitude. Yeah. I just kind of sit back and go, you know what? It's almost like this secret sick pleasure where it's like, okay, they're gonna go out in the real world and they're gonna see how real it is.
Yeah, how hard it is to get by sometimes. Yeah.
Definitely. But I'll be there 100% to support them either way. Mm-hmm. So, and that's another thing in what I've noticed having my own kids and the different parenting styles of Western and Eastern. My mom would have been happy if I would have stayed at home. Like, I could have been the 40-year-old virgin living in the basement. She would have been happy. She would have been cooking my meals, doing my clothes, everything. Dang. Like, you know, there's no rush. Like, in the Asian culture, there's no rush to have your kids go out. Now, conversely, on the other side, Western society, they always push this thing, okay, you're 18, time for you to go. Yeah. You know, so... Yeah. So that was interesting, and so I always have kind of like this. I'm okay with taking people in and like caring for them, and I guess I get that from my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew, man. Honestly, I'm a huge mama's boy, man. So I don't know if I can. I don't know, Mom. I don't know if I could be okay without you now. I don't know. I don't know. You know what? Yeah, like I said, I'm a huge mama's boy. Yeah. I'm sure all of us are. But me, I'm the number one mama's boy. Hands down. Would I be okay without my mother right now at 21 years of age? God forbid something were to happen. I want to say yes because of what I've learned through her. Yeah. Because of the aspects and the certain things that she's installed in me to where I can go out and be my own gentleman. Right. But I would have to say no because, in my opinion, I feel like a mother never stops being a mother, no matter what age, what time of event, or what change of event, what time, whatever's going on in your life. I feel like even if someone was, let's say, 50 and their mother was 70 and the guy's going through something, I think a mother will always be a mother. Yeah. There's never a limit to how much she can teach you as a mother. Right. You know what I mean? And I feel like moms nowadays, I knew kids in high school who used to curse their mom and talk bad about their mother, like, my mother was this, my mother was this and that. And I can't say I can relate because I've never been in those shoes before, but a part of my heart kind of breaks. It's like, you know what, this lady gave you life. I know there's that saying, respect your elders. And I feel like that needs to be played into a lot of these kids nowadays. You know what I mean? Even kids myself too. You know what I mean? Like I feel like people just go out of their way to disrespect their mother. You know what I mean? Talk bad about their mother and etc. So I mean, me personally, I wouldn't be able, right now at 21, I wouldn't be able to go out without my mother. And I feel like even if I was 20 years down the line at 41, I feel like I still wouldn't be able to be able to go out without my mother, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, definitely at 21, that would be, you know, that would be tough. Yeah. That would be tough for anybody, either parent. As far as respect, yeah, I feel like some of these kids have no respect at all.
Kenny, if there's something you could say to your mother right now, what would that be?
Look, man, you only have one mom. You only have one dad. Whether you like them or not, it's still your mom or your dad. My mom, like, I tell her all the time that I love her. Like, it's not even being casual or formal or that's what you're supposed to say or whatever.
Yeah.
But I try to let her know every single time how much she means to me. Definitely. Whether that's through my actions or like that respect thing that you were talking about. I was a pretty mouthy kid, so I can't really blame my kids for being mouthy.
Right.
But definitely, if I don't agree with her, like, I still, like, the respect thing plays a big part. And I feel like if you just respect your parents, like, they know that you're gonna have disagreements and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you could bite your tongue and just be respectful and just go along with it, like, that's one of the ways that, you know, when my mom, she has a different set of ideas how things should be done. So, and it's weird because, again, we're talking about, like, what she would do if she was back in Thailand. But we're in America.
Yeah, it's a different environment.
It's a different environment, and it's a different generation.
Right.
So, like,
right.
yeah, like, as much as I rail against a computer, my mom rails against it. She's still old-fashioned. Like, she'll go to the bank, get her money orders, go to the pay stations. And I'm like, Mom, you can pay that stuff online.
Yeah, or with a credit card.
Yeah. And that's one of the things where it's like, for me, like, you know, that's kind of frustrating. But I could see, like, you know, again, like, you know, kind of set in her ways. And as, you know, me having grown up since 7 in the States, you know, I grew up with this Western, you know, just advancing with the technology.
Yeah.
And, you know, something new comes along, or there's an app you can pay on your phone, like this and that.
Yeah.
You know, but no, she does it the old-fashioned way. Still goes to the market for, like, a few things just to get it fresh, you know, stuff like that. You know, I probably go grocery shopping once every 2 weeks and just pile all the food in the fridge.
Yeah.
So like, you know, but I've gotten over that because it was really difficult when my dad had died, and me and my brother were trying to help her with, you know, getting the affairs in order, paperwork and this and that. She had her own idea of how things should be done, and it was frustrating because it, like, took 10 more steps than just what me and my brother were saying for her to do. But I mean, you know, she was grieving, she was mourning, and we were all a little sensitive at that time. So I just want to say, Mom, that I love you and thank you for the great personality, or half of it at least, and all the years of good food, good Asian food.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Man.
How about you, man?
If I could say something to my mother right now, it would have to be what I say to her every day. I love you, Mom. Even though you get on my nerves sometimes. Oh my goodness, you have no idea. My mother gets on my nerves so much. But I love her though. I love her so much. But I know she gets on my nerves because that's what she does. She's doing that to make me a better person sometimes.
There you go. Maybe she's just continuing teaching you some life skills.
Yeah.
So are you saying you want... Well, she gets on your nerves because she loves you, bro.
Yeah, I know.
And it's a lot of this stuff that... See, the one thing that mothers do not have a filter when it comes to telling you what you need to know. They don't sugarcoat it.
Yeah, right.
They just tell you flat out, you're messing up. This is what you need to do. Like, so, you know, I have never... I don't think any guy will ever truly feel like in a love aspect. Like, you can have girlfriends, you can have a spouse, you can have friends and stuff, but nothing is gonna top the love that your mother has for a child.
Oh yeah.
And that's an unbreakable bond that every woman has an advantage over a guy. Because no matter how bad things get in life, like if she has children, there's that unconditional, unbreakable bond that she has with that person, that baby, that little person, that, you know, kid, that is never going to be taken away from her. Like, and that's how I feel like a connection with the mom is. Definitely. Whether they get on your nerves or not, like, you know, because it is frustrating, especially like you're trying to step out and be your own gentleman, and then you still got your mom trying to micromanage like how you're doing that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and she's, you know, you could be across the country and she's, oh, did you do this? Did you do that? Well, like, well, hello, can I live?
Yeah. Yeah, you can as soon as you do all that other stuff I told you to.
Exactly. But here in the Savage Council, we're all for mothers and fathers. We're all for the love and companionship and family. And here at the Savage Council, we just want to say Happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there who are watching us, the mothers or those who are expecting, and those who are young mothers. We appreciate you. We thank you for bringing life into this world. We thank you for giving us role models to look at. Oh, damn, that didn't sound too good. Anyways, take it away,
having
Kenny.
role models to look up to.
Take it away, Kenny.
or basically just having models to look at. Thank you, because you know, some mothers look better than others. Definitely all about the community here. Visalia's #1 podcast, trying to put the unity in community.
Yes, sir. But if you guys like this video, if you tuned into us, the Savage Council today, whether you tuned in on Instagram or tuned in on YouTube, whether you found us on a link somewhere, please hit that like and subscribe button and comment below your feedback, because we want to hear what you guys think. Do you want us to talk about certain topics or anything like that? You let us know and we'll bring it up here at the Savage Council podcast. Visalia's only base podcast.
That's right. Best Visalia podcast.